We'll get started here. Same process as usual. Raise your hand. We'll get you guys a microphone for questions. Who wants to start us off? Ryan, we'll start with you.
Notre Dame's pitching staff pretty high up in the ranks nationally in most categories. Just what stands out about them?
They're a really solid team. The pitching staff's going to be really good. They got a lot of veterans. I don't think it's anything that we haven't seen before. This past weekend we saw a bunch of really top tier arms. So I think we're just going to keep doing our thing and be confident in what we have.
Ryan again.
Seems like you've made some pretty sizable jumps that hit left-handed pitchers this year. Just how big of an emphasis was that for you, and what do you do to kind of practice that and improve on that?
I think that was one of the main things. Last year I really struggled, and so in this off season, the fall and the summer, that was one of the key things that I needed for me specifically to improve on. And it's just getting in the cages, working with our coaching staff who's so good at what they do, and just preparing us for what we need specifically. And I think it's a tribute to them. And it's just kind of heightened focused when there is a lefty, but then also just playing and knowing that I have the confidence to do whatever I can against them.
We'll go Trey and then Wes.
Hey Luke, coming off the last 2 weeks, you had the SEC tournament, then you had the regional. What's the preparation been like this week? And is it good that you guys had those kind of 2 weeks, especially the SEC tournament, to go through that and then just trying to push through over the next, this weekend and potentially next?
Yeah, I think both Mississippi State and Hoover prepared us for a playoff type feel. A lot of people in the stands, a lot of emotion, and I think we handled it really well as a team. And some of the younger guys got their first feel of what it's going to be like in the playoffs. But then, as far as practice preparation goes, just do what we've been doing. We're just trying to stick with what we got, keep practicing hard, and doing our thing.
What kind of drills can you go over in practice to get better at hitting a lefty? I mean, do you have machines that you can turn around, or is it like, hey, Mabry and Redmond, let's get some work in today? Or how do you go about that during the offseason and improving that part of your game?
Yeah, well, I think V did a really good job in the fall specifically. Whenever we had a lefty on the mound, I would normally get an AB against them. So just seeing repeated reps against them, and then when it comes to cage work, we do some offset, just like seeing it from over here as opposed to straight on, that kind of deal. But really, it's a mentality thing, just not getting too wrapped up in it, and really focusing up in what I need to do.
Do you think there's a pressure to culminate the success, and if so, do you think it's a positive or a negative thing for the team?
It's whatever you think it is. You can feel the pressure of being this really successful team and then let it crumble you, or you can say, hey, we've come this far with what we've been doing, and let it propel you, and the confidence that you have of all that success.
In the back.
Hey Luke, how much does it help, being at the stage last year, knowing you just need those 2 wins to get to the College World Series mentality-wise as you head into the series?
Yeah, I think it's really good that a lot of us, the older guys, were here last year and saw what it's like to play in a super regional, and just be ready for it so we can help the younger guys prepare themselves. But really, it's we're just taking it one game at a time. It's not a different game in the super regional, still baseball. So we just got to play like we have been, and we'll be fine.
Hey Luke, being one of the veteran guys on the team, what is your message to the younger players to help them prepare to continue this postseason run?
Yeah, just be confident in the preparation, and just go out there and play. It's, even though it is a bigger stage, so to speak, it is still the same game that we've been playing. They've been doing a really good job with handling the pressure, handling the fans. They're not really playing like freshmen, and that's one of the things that our coaches reiterate. Once you go through a fall here, you're not a freshman anymore. You've been through it, and I think they have a really good deal with being confident in what they have, and then letting the older guys really coach them up whenever they need it. They don't really need it all that much, but yeah, they do a really good job of being in the moment and doing what they need to do.
And Luke, having that stage here at home, what does that mean to you guys, having the fans behind you, giving you the confidence, I guess, to play whether you're ahead or behind like you guys were a little bit this weekend?
It's these fans are crazy, and Lindsey Nelson is absolutely electric around this time of the year. So good luck to whoever tries to come in and play us here at Lindsey Nelson, because it's not a hostile environment, but it's one that, you know, it can get your nerves going, get your emotions going, and I think that we've done a really good job of calming ourselves down when the crowd starts going and letting it feed into us, just being confident, knowing that we got all of All Nation behind our back.
Luke, not a lot of teams get up on you all, but over in this regional, 2 teams in a row got up on you guys 4-0. How do you guys come out with a better mentality to make sure you stay ahead in the game?
You know, I don't think we need to stay ahead. We know that no matter what happens during the game, we're going to get you. And so I think this past weekend was actually a phenomenal opportunity for us to show that even though we are down, we can still come back. And I think it prepares us going forward. You know, we don't have that, we're just going to beat everyone by 10. We're always up. We have that prep that we know we can be behind and still come back. And I think that'll be detrimental going forward.
Luke, at this point, transfers and transfer portaling is such a big part of this. What do you think are the best selling points that Tennessee has for guys that might be looking for a new place to go?
Yeah, well, I'll start with the coaching staff. I mean, Tony V is the most passionate coach in college baseball, and I can say that without a doubt. And what he does just to prepare you is absolutely phenomenal. Elander is, I think, the best hitting coach in the nation. For whatever reason, he just knows more about hitting than anyone I've ever talked to. We got Frank, who's one of the better pitching coaches in the nation. He's been around for so long, does a really good job of getting our pitchers right. And then new addition this year, Ricky. He's a really good infield coach, and he's taken what Ross Kivick given him, and he's developed us really well. And then you talk about our facilities. I think we have one of the better prep facilities, that is the batting cages in the nation. And then, I mean, Lindsey Nelson, if you bring a recruit to Lindsey Nelson in June, they're gonna feel why they need to come here. It's just something else.
Anybody else? Mike again.
I gotta read this one, actually. Yeah, what makes Tony Vitello such a good fit for this program?
I mean, you know, we're lucky enough that he landed here, because I really think he could fit in anywhere. But here specifically, you know, we got a really passionate fan base, and I think that his passion exceeds their passion. They kind of try to keep up with him. So everyone's just feeding off of everyone, and he's just a phenomenal coach overall.
Do one more, Wes, finish us off with Luke.
Luke, how long did it take you once Tony got here to learn how sort of passionate or wild he could be about it? I mean, was it off-season workouts? Was there a moment during a game? Is there anything you can remember where you're like, whoa, this guy's different?
I think from the moment he stepped on campus and we started practicing with him, you could see that he wanted us to succeed, and he was going to do whatever it took to make that happen. When he first came on in the fall, God, that's a long time ago. I got a bad memory. But, you know, it's just he expects a lot from us. And, you know, in the fall, it's kind of hard to judge. But then you get into the spring games, and you can see it come out, and you're like, wow, this guy, he's up there, and we just got to match him.
Thanks, Luke.
All right, thanks, guys.